Senate under the next 18th Congress will be filled with 20 administration senators and 4 opposition members. Senate President Pro Tempore Ralph Recto says they expect a majority of 20 senators. Recto and Senate Majority Leader Juan Miguel Zubiri say the consensus between incumbent and incoming senators was to retain the current leadership of Senate President Vicente Soto III. Soto says presumptive senators Bongo, Ronald De La Rosa, and Francis Tolentino all support him. As for the committee chairmanship, Senate leaders say the priority will be given to incumbent senators. So far, Zubiri says Go has requested the chairmanship of the Committee on Health, which would be vacated by Senator J.V. Ejercito. De La Rosa expresses interest to head the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs. The 4 opposition senators are Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon, Francis Pangilinan, Risa Ontiveros, and Laila De Lima. De Lima is detained in Camp Crame over alleged drug charges. The Commission on Elections, or Comelec, says Sunday's problem of corrupted SD cards delayed the proclamation of winning senators and party list groups in the May 13 polls. In a press conference, Comelec Director Francis Arabe says corrupted SD cards delayed the transmission of certificates of canvass, or COCs, from overseas posts to the Comelec.
The SD cards are corrupted and the replacement has to come from our Santa Rosa warehouse, our hub. That's why it took time, because they had to ship the replacement SD cards.
The Comelec earlier said it will investigate its supplier for the malfunction of 1,665 out of 85,000 digital cards used on May 13. Arabe says the proclamation of senators and party list groups will likely happen Tuesday or Wednesday, May 21 or 22. Poll watchdogs and youth party list groups questioned the validity of National Youth Commission head Ronald Cardema's petition for substitution as the nominee for party list group Duterte Youth. But the Commission on Elections, or Comelec, clarifies Cardema had met the deadline. Election lawyer Emil Marañon questions the timing of Cardema's filing, noting that the poll body prohibits the filings of pleadings on weekends and holidays, even if its employees are on overtime. Cardema filed Sunday, May 12 at 5:30 p.m. Critics also say Cardema 33 is 3 years over the age limit for a youth sector representative. Akbayan Youth spokesperson Cassie Deluria also asks, has Cardema resigned from his post as NYC chairperson? There are no public announcements about this. It's illegal to hold 2 government positions at once. Malacanang says Sunday Cardema is considered resigned from his post. Google cuts off some business with Huawei Monday. These include activities that require the transfer of hardware, software, and technical services, except those publicly available via open source licensing. This comes after the Trump administration put pressure on the Chinese company last week, putting it in a blacklist where it won't be able to buy US-made components easily. In a tweet, Google says they are complying with the order and reviewing the implications, but for users of their services, Google Play and the security protections from Google Play Protect will continue to function on existing Huawei devices. Full details of the suspension have yet to emerge, but currently the move appears to affect future handsets. African-American businessman Robert F. Smith tells the new graduating class of Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, he will pay off the rest of their student debt, an estimated $40 million.
My family is making a grant to eliminate their student loans.
Of course, Smith receives a thunderous round of applause from 400 graduates and from their parents. Smith also calls on the class to help improve the lives of other Black Americans.
I know my class will make sure they pay this forward. And I want my class to look at these alumnus, these beautiful Morehouse brothers, and let's make sure every class has the same opportunity going forward.
Smith founded a private equity and venture capital company in 2000 and by 2015 had become the richest African American, according to Forbes magazine.